When I was 17, my family moved 2 states away without telling me. Picture a teenager coming home to an empty house and a single note on the kitchen counter that says, "You'll figure it out." That was Emma. For years, she had been useful, but never loved. At 13, she baked her mom a birthday cake and got called clumpy. At 15, she tutored her brother through finals while being called a know-it-all. At 16, she handed her entire paycheck to her dad to help with bills and got called useless later. Then at 17, her family vanished. The landlord told her a week later. The lease was canceled and she had 7 days to get out. With nowhere to go, she slept on friends' couches for 3 nights. Then, in the back of a storage unit she rented with the last of her savings. Showers happened at the YMCA. Meals were peanut butter from a spoon. Job applications were typed on library computers, all while pretending everything was fine. A night shift diner job became the Lifeline. The manager was gruff but fair, paid cash until Emma could get an ID, and once let her nap in the break room when exhaustion almost won. She clawed forward, bought a prepaid phone, kept every receipt, and watched free YouTube tutorials on finance and goal setting. A regular offered a temp job cleaning office files that paid triple the diner wages. She said yes. That led to another job, then another. Emma showed up early, learned fast, and asked questions. By 22, she was freelancing full-time. By 25, she launched a consulting business with a folding table and a borrowed laptop. By 27, she had 5 contractors, an office, and dream clients. At 29, she hit millionaire status for real. No debt, paid off apartment, actual savings, and affordable health insurance. When her bank app hit 7 figures, she cried. Through all of it, her family never reached out. Therapy became part of her life because she wanted to stay unbroken. Then a podcast interview she did about surviving family estrangement blew up. 1 million views in 4 days. Messages poured in. And then the email with a subject line that made time stop. "You're still our daughter." No apology, just a cold paragraph about hearing her side and how maybe they could talk. Her brother emailed too. "We miss you. Can we fix this?" She waited, then asked the only question that mattered. "It's been 12 years. What changed?" Her brother said the podcast made him realize, claimed he had no choice at 15, and admitted he had looked her up over the years but never reached out. When Emma pressed harder, he revealed the real situation. Money was tight. Their parents' business had failed. His wife was pregnant again. Medical bills were piling up. Her mom followed up with old family photos and wrote, "We made mistakes. We want to make amends." Emma met her brother in a Chicago coffee shop. It was awkward and painful. He apologized and said their parents believed she was the strong one who would be fine on her own. He claimed they thought she had chosen to stay behind. Emma told him about the storage unit, the YMCA showers, and the night shifts at 17. He looked crushed. And yet, he did not ask for money. Back in therapy, Melissa pointed out how he was still framing himself as a victim instead of owning his role. Then the mom called and said they could not afford 3 mouths to feed, that social services might have placed Emma with a better family. Emma blocked her number. Her dad emailed next, asking for money, listing medical bills and failed businesses, ending with a request for help. Melissa helped Emma write a boundary message to her brother. She was open to a relationship with him and his family, but there would be no money, no loans, no support, and no contact with their parents until they took full responsibility. He replied, calling her selfish. She did not respond and went to Bali for space. Days later, he apologized and said he would respect her boundaries. Then the escalation started. They showed up at her building. They pounded on her door. They left flowers with a note that said, "We know where you all are. This isn't over." A heart attack scare was used as guilt. Melissa called it manipulation. Emma blocked numbers and stayed vigilant. That is when Jenny, her sister-in-law, showed up holding a sleeping toddler named Lily. Jenny confessed she only learned the truth 3 years ago. She showed Emma Facebook posts where the parents claimed Emma ran away, stole money, and that they had searched for years. Jenny confronted them, and they admitted the lies. Emma brought in her lawyer, Marcus, and met with Michael and Jenny. The full story spilled out. The parents had lived off Michael for years, had keys and passwords, co-signed his mortgage, and still had access to his bank account from college. When Jenny confronted them, Emma's dad grabbed her hard enough to leave a bruise. They were kicked out. The parents broke in later and took photos, documents, and a laptop. They left a note that said, "Family matters should stay in the family." Then came a text to Michael, "We're watching you." Emergency restraining orders were filed. A detective found security footage of their car near the break-in. Then a brick hit Michael's car window. In court, Emma and her team presented break-in evidence, threatening messages, and their long history of abandonment. The judge granted 3 years of no contact. The parents claimed they were misunderstood, but the order stood. Even after that, a new text arrived. A photo of Lily at a friend's house with the words, "This isn't over yet." Police got involved. Emma spotted her dad's old Buick watching the building at night. No direct violation, but the message was clear. She decided to end it on her terms and called a final meeting at a coffee shop. No police, no lawyers, just boundaries. She told them exactly what they had lost. Not just the court case, but access to her life, her brother's life, and their grandchildren. She showed them screenshots of threats and the photo of Lily. She made it clear she would expose everything if they crossed the line again. Her dad called her ungrateful. Her mom cried. Emma felt nothing. She walked away lighter. Silence followed. The parents returned to their home state. Michael and Jenny moved closer to Emma. They changed locks and passwords, bought a new house, and built Sunday dinners into their routine. 6 months later, a letter arrived. No demands, just an acknowledgement of harm, counseling, and a promise to respect the restraining orders. Emma kept the letter, not as forgiveness, but as proof of her right to boundaries. At Lily's 4th birthday, balloons filled Emma's apartment and laughter took over every corner. It was not the family she started with, but it was the family she chose. After everything, the question remains: when the past tries to control your future, what will you choose?